I seen Stat Quo basically confirm what I was saying about Game feeling the way about Dot and Game actually dissing Dot on his last two mixtapes, the Gangsta Grills. Y'all know the lines. I done covered them. Every content creator on the internet covered them. He threw shots directly at Kendrick because I believe Game has a 300 bars and running, loaded up, already ready to go. The second Kendrick say his name in the negative light, he pushing the green button, and he probably got 4-5 disses already loaded up. But the problem is chess, not checkers, and Kendrick has the public favor on his side. So if Game just starts dissing Kendrick out the blue without Kendrick dissing him first, Game gonna be the villain even more than he is, and it's gonna be impossible to win that battle. So he's trying to throw rocks at the penitentiary, hoping that somebody open that gate. You feel me? Hoping that Kendrick answer like, you know what, I'm tired of this nigga throwing subs. So what Loaded Lux like to say, don't throw rocks at the sun, you can't reach it. It's almost like Game throwing rocks at the sun right now, hoping that Kendrick could throw one back so he could just bomb on him. But Stat Quo said they had a private conversation, him and Game told Stat Quo he felt like Kendrick was dissing him. So I'm gonna play the video if y'all ain't seen that. Why Stat Quo decided to reveal private conversations to the internet is beyond me, but we're gonna get to it. Maybe Game told him to say it. You know, this could be a part of Game chess move. Hey, tell the world I think Dot dissing me. Hopefully Dot do diss me. Who knows? But let's see what Stat Quo had to say. Hold on. Can y'all see the video? Okay, there we go. Let's get the screen right.
Kendrick said, I see dead people on the beginning of, what song was that?
Not Like Us.
When he said that in the beginning of the song, we did a song where Game said that in the beginning. Dre did the beat.
One Blood. No, not One Blood.
It's another song.
Yes, it was One Blood, right?
Oh, then we did another song where we said that. Game thought Kendrick was subliminally dissing. I spoke to Game for over an hour. I told Top Dog this. This is a fact. I spoke to him for over an hour, convincing him that Kendrick was not dissing him. When Kendrick did that one shit where he was talking about Big Sean or all that shit, Game asked me, was he dissing him in that song?
What?
The Heart.
Oh, The Heart, okay.
I went and talked to Kendrick about it. Kendrick's like, man, I would never diss him. What is he talking about? I told Chuck this. And I reminded him that on that conversation. I said, dog, these niggas fuck with you, like, chill out. This is real. But in his mind, he like his niggas throwing shots at me. So this is
okay. I'm gonna pause it right there. In Game mind, he's thinking is niggas throwing shots at me because Game is actually projecting. He actually wants to throw shots at Kendrick because, in my opinion, Game is kind of envious of the love and support Kendrick gets as the king of LA, because he feels like he should be revered the same way, if not more, than Kendrick is because of all the work that he put in. You got to remember the West Coast was on life support before Game came with the documentary and signed with G Unit and Dr. Dre and them niggas. They were saying the West Coast was over with. Game brought it back, and Game wore the crown, and he was smashing. Platinum albums, classic mixtapes, you name it. He was doing it all, award shows, everything. But his antics made him lose respect from the culture. They like, damn, this nigga could rap, but he always doing some goofy shit. That's his kryptonite, is he can't stop with the antics, whereas Dot, he's more mysterious. So even if he do goofy shit, we'll never know, because he ain't never wearing his heart on his sleeve on the camera the way Game do. Go get a butterfly, then cover it up, be on motherfucking Change Your Heart, the stripper rumors, the getting into it with his brother. You know, his whole life, he wear his heart on his sleeve for everybody to see, and that tainted his legacy, but you can't play with his music. And he feel like, nigga, y'all know how much of a motherfucking legend I am in his music shit. Why y'all don't respect me the way y'all respect Dot? I'm telling y'all, go watch the video when Snoop gave K-Dot the crown. Game was looking like, okay, I'm gonna act like I'm happy for this nigga, but hold on, Snoop. Why we ain't never had no concert, press conference where you had all the legends of the West on stage and gave me the crown? See, we had a debate about this with Glasses. Y'all could watch the episode tomorrow and see what Glasses had to say about it. But in my opinion, that's what Game wanted. He wanted to be revered by the legends, by his peers, and by the fans as thank you for bringing the West back. You a motherfucking legend. You up there with Pop, Big, Snoop, and them niggas. The way that they saying Dot is. And he like, hold on, Dot is my little homie, nigga. I could have signed Dot. The way TDE is brought Dot in, it could have been Black Wall Street bringing Dot in. Like, Dot is my little homie. But y'all acting like the little homie bigger than the big homie. So now he feeling a little insecure. Like, hold on, cuz, do I really got to put tips on the little homie just to remind y'all niggas I'm the G homie around here? So that's how I think Game is playing it in his mind. And in Kendrick's mind, according to Stat Quo, he like, what the fuck, nigga? This the G homie. This the big homie. I would never diss that nigga. What is this nigga talking about? But Game is battling them demons in his own mind, in my opinion. But let's continue on.
What I'm trying to tell y'all, conversations that me and this man be having, this is real shit. I am his conscience. I be stopping him. But guess what? I had that conversation. Then he started dissing Rick Ross.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So last time I seen him, when was that? When we was at the will.i.am thing.
Okay.
So when we went to that thing at FYI,
Visionaries.
remember that?
Yeah, Visionaries.
Me and him arguing in the bathroom.
So Stat Quo says he tell Game, hey man, stay out of that shit. And Game like, yeah, all right. Next day he throw 100 shots at Rick Ross. So Stat Quo is like, nigga, I'm this nigga conscience. I'm talking to him all the time. He ready to jump off the deep end all the time. And I'm trying to talk him off that ledge all the time. So it sounds like Game is still, he still feel like he could be the number one nigga. Bottom line, in my opinion. He feel like, nigga, I'm still that nigga on the West. Can't nobody fuck with me. He literally said it on the last mixtape. He said, who the king of LA? Nigga, I go to the top of the building and shout it. You can't fuck with me, or whatever he said. We know that was a direct shot at Dot, even at the verses. In my opinion, he threw another shot at Dot. He said, shout out to the boy, a.k.a. Drake. And I don't give a fuck who feel like what. I don't give a fuck who feel a way about it. Who the only one that's going to really feel a way about it is Dot, nigga. Dot and the home team. He like, I don't give a fuck about how none of y'all feel. Shout out to Drake in the middle of the verses. Come on, man. He also brought Drake to Compton to what? To diss Dot in Compton. So Game been doing little shit trying to get Kendrick to respond. Kendrick is just not responding. But Game is definitely chose his side with Drake because he felt like, nigga, Drake ain't ever did me wrong. And I'm not turning my back on him just because him and the little homie caught a fade. Just because him and the little homie got a, nigga, I was already rocking out with bro before the little homie came on the scene. You want me to just turn my back on it? Like, no, I'm not doing that. So, yeah.
It's a whole thing going on in the outside. And this whole conference going on. And he's like, you the reason that I diss Rick Ross. I said, yeah, nigga, you weren't supposed to diss nobody. I told you not to say nothing. Well, you told me not to say nothing about Kendrick. I said, because he wasn't dissing you. Man, fuck it. Oh. It was a whole thing. Then we had to walk out because it was literally like will.i.am was having like a conference thing.
Right.
Man, this nigga just really in there. He like, man, I'm like, dog, you shouldn't. I told you not to diss nobody. I told you not to say nothing. Say, man, motherfuckers be saying shit that you won't be hearing it. I said, no.
See, I feel Game on that though, bro. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people like to say, oh, he bipolar. Ain't nobody dissing him. Man, listen, bro. Niggas be doing slick shit and thinking you don't catch it. When you a creator, when you a creative, you catch shit that the fans don't catch. Just like this podcast shit. You know when somebody dissing you. You know when somebody is trying to slight you. Even if the fans don't catch it, they think, oh, they just having general convo. No. The shots that's being thrown, the nigga who they throwing the shots at, oh, you catch that shit. So Game probably sitting back listening to certain shit as an MC going, hold on, nigga. I know that line was about me. They not gonna know it because you ain't said my name, but I'm an MC. I'm an artist, nigga. I know how to put this pen to the pad, fool. I know you throwing shots, nigga. But if I diss you off of that subliminal that nobody caught, it's gonna make me look crazy. See, that's the shit that be pissing us off. The creators I'm talking about. When you know a nigga dissing you, and you wanna rip a nigga head off, then the fans like, oh man, why you tripping? They ain't even say nothing about you. Bitch, nigga, yeah, they did. Y'all just didn't catch it. I caught it. So that's why Game is in that rock and the hard place where he's thinking, all right, man, let me try to make this nigga diss me to the point where the fans can say, okay, he's dissing Game. I can see why Game came with a 400 bars and running. That's what's really going on.
No one's talking about you, dog. They're not. But you know.
So that's why he wasn't invited to the pop-out.
I don't know if he was invited. I think he could have went if he wanted to.
That's true.
It's not that type of deal. It was no invite or not.
Right.
Hit that like button. Shout out to the chat.
Are friends. They're friends. Okay. So I want everybody to understand that. That's his boy. So him and Kendrick, it's a different relationship. You get what I'm saying? It's not like they buddy. Kendrick don't call Game to hang out. It's not that type of shit. We're gonna do a song. Let's do a song. They both from Compton. Kendrick was inspired. Game is a fan of Kendrick. It's not that type of deal. Game is a very competitive nigga though. So when somebody Game ain't J. Cole, he's not doing no interview and y'all ask him if Kendrick is a better rapper than him. He's not. He's never gonna say nobody can fuck with me. That's what he's gonna say every time, and as he should. I always say nobody is a better the game than the game. Nobody's a better Kendrick Lamar than the Kendrick Lamar. I think this is the way you can say things without it turning into this one's versus that one. I think that's a more strategic way to have that conversation. But as an MC and as somebody being competitive, you have to feel how you feel. But when it comes to rapping, there are very few people that rap better than the game. I'm just being honest. And I love YG. I think he's unbelievable. But as far as
okay, so that's where that clip ended. And Stat Quo was basically saying, you know, to evade getting caught in the middle of, oh, you picked a side, when asked, well, who the better rapper then? Dot or Game? His response, or the response that he's saying should be given is, well, you know, they both great. Nobody could be a better Game than Game. Nobody could be a better Kendrick than Kendrick. That's the political easy way out. You know me, Viral the villain, call that. I'm gonna be the villain. You just gonna have to pick a side, bro. That's cool and all, but nigga, who is better? And who is better is subjective, unless you're going off of statistics. But the music industry so tainted, the stats be fake. So now, what are we judging this off of? You know what I'm saying? That's where you got to get to the science, like Cassidy said. Where, okay, how many syllables is he rhyming with? What's his schemes? What's his similes, his metaphors, his storytelling ability? What's now you get into the technicalities of being an actual MC, an actual rapper versus somebody that's popular that the fans like. See, I don't like when niggas do the politically correct bullshit. Nah, fuck that, nigga. If I feel Game is better than Dot, or I feel Dot is better than Game, I should be able to say that as a man without worrying about another man catching feelings. If you catch feelings off of my personal opinion, it's fuck you and your feelings, nigga. I'm not here to coddle no grown man feelings. I got a bitch at home. That's who feelings I got to worry about. Because if her feelings is off, then she doing this. So I got to make sure her feelings intact. You niggas, I could bomb on you niggas too if it's really come to that. So I ain't really worried about that. But nigga, everybody entitled to their opinion. That's just that where I'm at with it. Now, do I think Kendrick could beat Game in a battle? Honestly, I think Game, that's tough because I automatically said Game will wash Kendrick just because I've seen what Game does in battles. But Kendrick is very fucking strategic and he goes for the jugular. That nigga don't play. He put hidden messages in this shit. He pieced together the audio with the visual. You had catching shit 2 years later. Like, damn, that's what that meant. That nigga wear an outfit to an award show that's dissing you. Like he did when he wore the jean suit. So, with this Drake. Niggas didn't even know that. Niggas had to Google that shit. Like, oh, this nigga on another level. Or his team that's helping him is on another level if he's not coming up with everything he's coming up with. Because Game is real emotional. So Game, he's just going to start bombing. But the problem with being emotional in a fight or war, it clouds your judgment. See, Dot, he real meticulous. He may be emotional. We'll never know, though, because the nigga seems to be real sneaky and meticulous, where Game is more in your face. And I think being that way, eventually you could slip up in a fight because you just start seeing red. But we'll see, though. You feel me? We'll definitely see. And he said something else that was interesting, too. I'm going to play another clip from Stat Quo where he was saying that Game is the only rapper in the game who held Drake down, who did not turn his back on Drake. He said Game is the only rapper who stayed down for the cause with Drake. Everybody else switched up. He said Game was the only one who stayed solid. Let's see what Stat was talking about with that, because what y'all think about that?
There's only didn't rock with him during the battle. I'm gonna say this publicly on here. There's only one person that in rap that I can say that rode with him the whole time. That's Game. Rode with him the whole time. Game is from Compton, California. One of the leaders out here in LA. He stood up next to a Canadian. So he stood up next to him against my words of wisdom. You know what I'm saying? This is an exclusive. Yes, I told him not to get involved. I told him. You know what I mean? So, and he'll tell you that. And he listened to me, but he didn't listen to me all the way because I woke up the next morning and he was dissing Rick Ross. so yeah, but
is he the only person to drop an opposing diss track?
Yes. Who else did?
Yeah, I don't think anybody else did.
Nobody else did.
Nobody else did.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
That's wild. And I told him not to do any of it. So, and if he say I didn't say it, he lying his ass off.
Now, this is where it gets interesting. Because a lot of people will say, well, Game didn't choose sides with 50 when 50 was going at Nas and them niggas, and Nas and them niggas never did nothing for Game other than be somebody that he revered and looked up to. But 50 actually gave you hit records. 50 actually helped you create a classic album. They were saying Game didn't know how to write songs, so they put 50 in the studio with him. 50 gave him 3-4 hit songs that was supposed to be on 50's album, 50 project. And 50 helped teach him how to write complete songs and shit like that. So realistically, Game owed 50 that loyalty that he didn't show because, oh, I look up to Nas or Fat Joe or Jadakiss and them niggas. But nigga, this nigga brought you out the motherfucking hood or helped get you out the hood. Help you buy your mama that big house on the hill and that shiny Benz or whatever she wanted. Them niggas ain't did none of that. So yeah, I look up to y'all niggas. I fuck with y'all niggas. But nigga, this G Unit, nigga. If y'all got smoke with the home team, it's up, period. That's how a lot of people's saying Game should have been looking at it versus, okay, now you saying you're not switching on Drake because Drake did similar things to what 50 did. Drake helped you in your time of need, according to you. He never switched up on you. He always answered the phone for you. Your kids needed tickets. They needed him to hop on FaceTime or whatever the case. Whatever favors he did, you said he never hesitated. That's why you never switched up on it. But at the time, 50 did the same motherfucking thing. But then you chose your side with 50. So technically, if you take that stance with Drake, then you was wrong for what you did to 50. So you can't have it both ways. Because without 50, they probably send the game back to Compton. Like, man, this nigga can rap, but he can't make a fucking hit. He can't write a song. Send his ass back to Compton. They said, before we do that, man, put 50 in there with him. Let him get under 50 wings. So, I don't know. If you compare that, then yeah, Game, you start to look a little funny in the light. But then maybe he could say, you know what, I made a mistake back then when I was a young hothead nigga. Now I'm a 46-year-old grown man. I learned from my mistakes, so I ain't gonna make the same mistakes with Drake. Maybe that's the angle he's looking at. But a lot of people are saying, oh, you know, it's Compton, it's Dot. You're automatically supposed to choose sides. He from the West Side. He not a Paru, but he Paru affiliated. Some people think Dot is Paru, regardless of the fact he's affiliated. Game, you from Cedar Block, Paru. Y'all supposed to be locked in. It's Bompton, right? But Stat Quo just said, hold on, they not even homies like that. Y'all making them niggas homies like that because they rap. Game helped put them on. They both from Compton, and they both affiliated with the red team. They both affiliated with the B team. But they're not homies like that. Drake and Game is homies like that. The way that y'all think Dot and Game are homies is the way that Drake and Game actually are homies. Dot might not pick up the phone for Game every time Game call. Dot ain't helping Game kids when he needs some shit. Drake picking up the phone every motherfucking time. So do you really want the nigga to turn his back because y'all favorite rapper got an issue with Drake and he just so happened to be from the West? You listen, when your homies getting into it, you ain't supposed to play referee, bro. You supposed to back up. Hey, y'all handle that. You feel me? Y'all finna catch a fair one. I'm out of that, nigga. You grown man, you a grown man. You the homie, you the homie. I'm not picking sides, nigga. Go get it off y'all chest. When y'all done, we can go back to doing what we do. Let's get this money. Let's make history and let's fuck these hoes. But I'm finna let y'all get it off y'all chest as grown men. The internet is full of estrogen bitch-made niggas who don't know nothing about having honor amongst thieves or shit like that. They didn't grow up that way. They never were in those situations. So to them, you're supposed to pick a side. Hey, if you like Drake's song better, you're supposed to say fuck Kendrick. If you like Kendrick's song better, you're supposed to say fuck Drake. These is niggas raised by bitches and bitches only. Because as a man, you should be able to like whoever the fuck you like. I don't care if they dissing each other. Nigga, I like both disses, nigga. I like both artists. So what?